Good evening, everyone, and welcome to our regular calls. Good evening to modern researchers, whose team. Good evening to Abel Cha. Good evening to Bernard. Good evening to Chill Cry Nestor. Good evening to Chill Maximilian Musi. Good evening to Kene Pamela. Good evening to modern researchers team. Good evening to Fomi Rita. Good evening to John Bertrand. Good evening to Princess Vinia. Good evening to Share Sinto. Good evening to Hoyo Bless. Good evening to the Victorian Vicky. Good evening to Violet Ne. Good evening to Miss Gum Joy. Good evening to Sa Silvanus. You are all welcome to this regular edition of our Zoom calls. Good evening to Mr. Jaff Frederick. We today will continue to look at the depth of cryptocurrency, and there is something I want us to understand today as we dig deep into this evolution, which is going to change and which is already changing a lot of lives. Okay, today the whole world has a wind of change, which is cryptocurrency. And anytime there is a change in the domain of finances or in any domain, it means that people are tired of the old. It means that the old is not more rendering the expected services to its users. Now, there's something that most of us does not understand here about fiat. When you look at the way fiat is structured from the beginning, you understand that it is never easy to gain financial freedom with the use of fiat. When you just look at the way it is structured, when you just look at the structure, you can discover its challenges. Okay. The value given to money is a decision of the governments, is the decision of the central bank. The value given to money is the decision of the government, is the decision of the central bank. Now, if the government is printing 1,000 and it costs the government $10 to print 1,000, the government printing just 1 million of 1,000, it will make billions for printing the money. The government already has a profit just by printing the money. The central bank already has a profit just by printing the money. But now, in order to enslave us the more, they give you a condition on how to get the money. Okay, now, you cannot get the money increase in your hands directly. You must pass through commodities or you must pass through rendering a service. It is either you pass through commodities or you pass through rendering a service. Now, if you want to use commodities in order to have money, you get the commodities, and you who owns the commodities do not evaluate how much the commodities cost in order to get the money you want. It is still the central bank, it is still the government that evaluates your commodity and decide how much they can pay. They evaluate and they decide how much to pay, further making the value of the money to continue to drop to their favor. If you are to render services, they determine how much will be paid for what services you rendered, instead of you, who is an expert in rendering those services, to determine how much your services will cost. These are some of the shortcomings that we need to understand. And that's why it is practically very difficult to be able to get money, fiat money, at a go. That's one of the reasons why it is practically very difficult to be able to get fiat money. Now, look at the difference. Cryptocurrencies gives you the direct opportunity to issue your own money. It gives you the direct opportunity to issue your own money, to create your own money. It is not giving you the opportunity to plant cocoa farm, till the cocoa farm, harvest the cocoa, and before you are done with harvesting, you are waiting for price. How much a kilo will cost from somebody who does not own a cocoa farm. You are just a graduate from school. You get a job. The person that takes you decides how much to pay you. He does not know how much it has cost you to be what you are. That is a continuous devaluation of the fiat. So which one is better? To concentrate on having the opportunity to create your own money, no matter how slow it might be, if at all it is, or for somebody to determine your own services, for somebody to determine your own commodities before you can be able to get money. Which one is better? If it is concentrating in creating your own money, you say YC. YC is concentrating in creating your own money. And if it is in somebody determining your services and your commodity for you to have what you want, you will simply say F, meaning that fiat. Let's see on the chat box which one is better. Please, let's go to the chat box and comment which one is better, YC or F. YC is having the opportunity to create your own money and you can decide what to do with it. F is giving a chance for somebody to determine your services, your commodities, which is a further devaluation of the fiat. Please, I want to see our reactions on the chat box. Let us be very active in this presentation because that is what can make us to understand where we are really going to. I want to give you people another one reason why there is no option apart from cryptocurrency. It is either cryptocurrency or cryptocurrency. I want you to understand why it is either cryptocurrency or cryptocurrency. You have the opportunity to create your own money. Just look at the stress we go through in order to develop a cocoa farm. Just look at what happens when you have started harvesting. You work the cocoa, you wait for somebody to determine the price. Is it balanced? Just look at the stress you will take to go through your studies. And when you finish, or to create a business place, you have a shop. You go and buy your goods. Some people are buying and selling just besides the manufacturing factory industry. Some people are buying and traveling hundreds of kilometers, but the government decides the price under what you call price control. So that is a further devaluation of the fiat money, making it practically difficult for you to attain your dream. So this is something that we should understand. Why is it very necessary to bury and mourn this fiat of a money? Since the original structure of the system of money is that which does not want to give an upper hand to its users, the factors used in determining the value of exchange for commodities, the value of exchange for services is very, very low, so that you will continue to strive for survival. And cryptocurrency shows up to tell you the earlier you take the opportunity to create your own money, the better for you. So in creating this your own money, you have a responsibility to learn how to do it. And you discover that the possibility of you creating the money every day is possible. That is different from felling a forest, removing the storms, and preparing to plant. Because you don't first of all know whether by the time you plant, it will germinate. You don't know, first of all, know whether by the time you harvest, you will be given a good value. So that's what we need to understand, that cryptocurrencies are coming in because we have suffered a lot. There is a need for something that is much better, and cryptocurrencies are the answers. That's why you see the whole world today is rallying behind cryptocurrency. And before you are making the decision to rally behind cryptocurrency, you must understand certain concepts. The ever first time in your life history that you will have the possibility to create your own money. Cryptocurrency creates its own money through a technology called mining or minting, a built-up technology which just gives you the opportunity to own license. And once you own their license with proof of stake, you are able to create your own personal money on a daily basis. So I want us to understand how important it is for us to buy this philosophy of cryptocurrency if we must have something different, if we must attain financial freedom. So if you look at this reason today, you will discover that nobody can free you from the slavery of fiat. So do you want actually to be free from the slavery under the banner of getting your problem solved, or you want to continue to be entangled when you have the possibilities to free yourself? When you create your own money, you decide how to use the money. You decide what to do with the money. You decide who to help with the money. You decide who not to help with the money. You decide how to value the money, how to revalue the money. And that's why you see cryptocurrencies continues to push up in prices, in value, almost on a daily basis. So one of the biggest problems that makes us not to actually take this course, this journey properly, is the fact that we do not have a proper understanding of our own personal selves. We do not have a proper understanding of our own personal selves. We do not know the needs of self. We do not know at the expectations of self. We depend on policies handed down to us. And we now live by trying to respect and obey the policies in order to make it in our lives. Different people, different background, different challenges, different way of saying things. Another problem that we are facing, we already have a dilemma in us, which is the idea of providing lasting solutions to our daily needs. Most of us have daily needs. Most of us, there is no way we can really think freely We need to pay school fee. We need to put food on the table. We need to pay rents. We need to sort medical bills. We need to take care of extended families. We need to take care of social problems. We need to, and in so doing, it is not easy to champion new paths. If you don't move from the ordinary to the extraordinary, you can never make a difference in life. If you don't do new things, what you have never done before, you can never make a difference in life. So to make a difference in life, you must move from the ordinary to the extraordinary. Ask yourself, what extraordinary things are you doing that you have never done before? What new things are you doing that you have never done before? When people would know how to do those things and they learn doing those things to you, you have solved a lot of problems for many. So if we think that our daily needs and our daily problems will ever get finished, then you make a very big mistake. As the day goes by, they keep increasing. So how do you solve these problems? One reason is until you learn how to create your own money, you can never have a lasting solution to your daily needs. Number one is understanding our own personal selves. We don't have an understanding of selves. We don't know what we are capable of doing. We don't know what we can learn to do, and we don't know what we are not capable of doing. We do not understand our strengths. We do not understand our weaknesses. We are instead flowing based on the recommendation of the community, of the society. The second is the issue of daily needs, seeking lasting solutions to our daily needs. If you want to go by making sure that your daily needs are always in place, then you will need to die average. If you are not ready for persecution, then just be prepared to die average. So taking time out of your normal time to be able to build and develop cryptocurrency, to be able to create your own money, is the only thing that can change your whole story. So what is the extraordinary thing that you are doing? And where is this extraordinary thing leading you to? Point number 3 is self-discipline. Most of us have a problem with disciplining ourselves. Most of us have a big problem when it comes to disciplining ourselves. We either are influenced by relationships, by groups where we belong, by the environment where we live, or by the communities we share with. We do not respect our limits, and we do not stand firm to abide by our tests. We rather take the observation and the recommendation of others, and we move on with life through their cautions. You have your own needs, you have your own vision. Somebody can mentor you, not caution you. The number 4 reason is consciousness. We know all our problems. We can talk about all our difficulties. We can talk about all our challenges, but we are not conscious of providing lasting solutions, of creating lasting solutions to that same problems. We tend to apportion blames either to the community, either to friends, either to some family members, or either to the government. Who is the government? You are the government. So if you don't know how to solve your problem, you are the same government. How do you expect the government to solve your problem? You are the government. What is it that you, in particular, is doing to the government before the government is not doing something to you? We know how to enumerate our problems, but we are not conscious of creating solutions. The earlier you start creating perfect solutions to your existing problems, the better. Another thing that is responsible for our not being able to make choices that favors us is the lack of persistence. When you want to do something, you need to have a formulated results and try to see whether the results can come from that thing. You don't need to carry in expectations. Most of us will carry in our expectations into developing an idea. And as long as that expectation that we carry does not seem to give our expected results, we automatically start losing hope. We automatically are discouraged. We automatically become weaker. We need to be persistent. And persistency is guided by our vision and dreams. We don't have dreams. We don't have visions. We are only seeking for daily bread. And at the end of the day, we are not persistent. We need to be persistent. Let us learn to be persistent. We need to be persistent. Ready to start things and end them. Some of us are only very good at starting. How the spirit dies off, one can never tell. But first of all, what was your objective that had to push you? I have never had an opportunity to create my own personal money. And I have an opportunity to create my own personal money with cryptocurrency. I will need to see the end, and you will see the end. The next point is consistency. If Africans have a problem that actually destroys Africans, is the lack of consistency. Some people are very, very active when it is paying. Some people disappear and will only come back when it is paying. When they go, they are listening to hear that it has crashed. When it is not crashing, they start coming back reluctantly. Consistency is increasing, augmenting every day, every second, every week, every month till you get to the top. Consistency is not the absence of challenges. Consistency is not the absence of persecution. Consistency is not the absence of obstacles. Consistency is the ready to get to the end, because if there is a beginning, there must be an end. And that's why Alex Reinhardt says, 7 years ago, as he started this company, a lot of people have failed off. A lot of people are still with him. And he says it, anybody that will end up with him will never know poverty, will live to be financially free. We don't know. By the time he's saying he has not yet finished, some people are whining off. Are you able to start things and end them? Do you have goals, objectives, why you need to start things? Another, the last point is arrival mentality. Most people that succeed in life see the end before they ever even start. They see the end before they ever even start. So don't even bother yourself. Trying to think that you can distract them or you can discourage them, you are wasting your time. Before they started, they knew that come rain, come sun, they were going to make it. So they are not only ready to be most active at the beginning, they are ready to remain active till the end. So The arrival mentality way of living is the best thing we need to do if you must succeed. So we are trying to make us understand, when you don't have these attributes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, you would not even understand the place of money. You will not even understand what is wrong with the current money that we have been using for decades. The highest way to gain money is through rendering services. But somebody evaluate your services for you and make a cost. Commodities to exchange for fiat. Somebody evaluate your commodities and decide the value. That's why when you look at those who sell, they are more richer than the farmers. Somebody will work for months, harvest a tin of beans, sell, and then somebody buys a tin of beans and go and make 4,000, 5,000 profit when the person that harvested the beans did not make that amount. So this is something that is very serious, very pertinent, that we need to understand. When we look at this and understand the challenges, the loopholes of fiat money, then we can understand what we are supposed to do. You will understand what is it that you need to do. You will understand why you must embrace cryptocurrency. You will understand what you are supposed to do. You will understand why you need to embrace cryptocurrency. So this is knowledge that is very, very vital for us. And this is the reason why you don't need to have any other option but cryptocurrency. This is the reason why you don't need to have any other option but cryptocurrency. The ever first possibility in your life to be able to create your own money. Let us look at what is money. What is money? This money we keep talking about. What is it in the first place? What is money? Can somebody in the call tell us what is money? Please open your lines. Tell us what is money. Can somebody in the call tell us what is money? Please unmute yourself, or you write on the chat what you understand by money.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening. Money is everything general accepted by the society. Yes?
Money is anything generally accepted by the society for the settlement of debts and exchange of goods and services.
Money is everything generally accepted by the society for the settlement of debt, exchange of goods and services. Powerful. Who else has something to say?
Yeah, good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Yeah, money is anything generally accepted by the society and the law for the settlement of debts and the buying of goods and services.
Okay. Who has something? All the answers they are giving, they are very correct. Who is having something to add to that? Please, let's participate.
And money is also the key of life.
Money is the key of life. Wow. This one sweet me. Key like in opening your door and getting into the house. Powerful. Please, any other contribution? Let's bring up the contributions.
Yes. Money, the definition of money, as she has rightly put it, is anything or any commodity which is generally accepted for as a medium of exchange for goods and services and for the settlement of debt. For anything to be considered as money, there must be basic characteristics such as it must be generally acceptable, it must be portable, it must be able to be divisible, it should be and that sort. It must have functions also, such as it must be able to act as a medium of exchange, which is the most important role or function of money. It must be able to store value. It must act as a unit of account. So not any kind of commodity that can perform this role and doesn't fit in these characteristics should be considered as money in the modern times. Thank you so much.
Okay. Okay. Does somebody still has any other explanation? Please, when we participate like this, it's more of knowledge exchange. It is more learning than just listening. Okay, if somebody is no more having, let me give my own understanding of what money is. Money is a system of value that facilitates the exchange of goods in an economy. Money is a system of value that facilitates the exchange of goods in an economy. This is where my problem with this definition and with any other definition lies. Money is a system of value. Who sets up the value? First question to take note of. That facilitates the exchange of goods in an economy. Who determines the exchange value? Who sets up the value of the money? And who determines the exchange value of the goods? This is two problems that, if not well solved, monkey will surely be walking and baboon will be eating. Money is a system of value that facilitates the exchange of goods in a commodity, in an economy. But my problem now is who determines the value of the money? In exchange of the goods in an economy, who determines the value of the commodities? That this 18 of beans will be worth this quantity of money. Is it the place of the farmer based on how much time, effort, finances he has put in the farm to get that tin of beans, or it is the place of somebody who knows very little about the farm? This is a very big problem. Money is commodities in asset form. But when you want to change to usable forms, who determines the value? $1,000. Who determines the value of the 1,000? And who evaluates the cost of the plantains? This is not the case with cryptocurrency. And that's why we need to understand, and for us to be part of cryptocurrency and to do cryptocurrency with all our mights. The more money stays in our hands, the more money stays in our bank accounts. The financial institution does not address the problem of inflation, the continuous drop in the value of the money. but they continue to give you falsehood doctrines, how it is advisable to keep money in block accounts. They don't tell you what will become of the money when it is totally suffering from inflation. They don't address that one. Who does? Who does? Are we comfortable? At the end of the day, the inflation is another intelligent way, another smart way to deprive you of the money, but you don't understand. But when you create commodities, when you create your own money in terms of cryptocurrency, the more you hold it, the higher the value. That's one very, very good thing about cryptocurrencies. When you hold cryptocurrencies, the more you hold, the higher the value. When you hold fiat money, the more you hold, the higher the inflation and the lower the value. We just have to try to network challenges. The network is really disturbing. So commodities, assets are money. So look at how the policies that govern fiat help spend the money for you, and you work day and night and ends up with nothing. Even if you are stingy to spend the money, inflation will help you to be spending the money for you. So these are things that we must understand them very well. Money can include government issue, legal tender, or fiat, the physical money itself. But if you want to look at a form of money that can be able to solve your life challenges, we are saying that cryptocurrencies are that form of money. Standardized currencies like fiat that are controlled by central banks or by governments doesn't give us the independence. It is instead electronic forms of money like cryptocurrency that will give us our expected dreams. So if you have dreams and you tie the dreams with fiat, it's like growing vegetable and you refuse to water it, knowing very well that you can only harvest much of the vegetable if you are watering it. How does money works? Money is a liquid asset used to facilitate transactions of value. This value that we don't know who accords, this value that we don't know who determines. It is used as a medium of exchange between individuals and entities. Used as a medium of exchange between individuals and entities. Fiat has a problem because it is a store of value and suffers from high rate of inflation. Using it to measure the value of other goods is not the best thing to happen because it will continue to lose value even when it is not in use through inflation. I'm trying to open our minds to why making the decision to do cryptocurrency is not in any way an error. You need to stay focused. You need to stay ready. You need to be able to learn. You need to overcome. If you must solve all the 8 problems, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 problems that has to do with why we are not succeeding financially. You cannot be dealing with a wrong form of money and have a right solution. Very, very impossible. That is something I want us to take greater notes. First thing, cryptocurrencies gives you the opportunity to be able to create by yourself your own personal money, and you can determine how much you need, and then the spirit that you put in place to create based on how much you need will be able to solve your financial problems. Determine how much you need. You have a blank check and you have a spirit to create based on how much you need, which is more preferable than somebody determining how much your services will cost, which he does not know what you went through to earn those services, than somebody determining how much a kilo of cocoa will cost, and he does not know how much you invested into the cocoa farm, and at the end of the day, how much you really harvested. I think this enlightenment is enough for us to be able to make permanent decisions to why cryptocurrency or cryptocurrency. Okay, today, let us examine just a few of the cryptocurrency. We'll start with Bitcoin, created in 2009. A mother blockchain. Let me read what somebody is saying here. Last but not the least, money is also the root of all evil. Be wise as you pursue it. You are not even, first of all, your statement is first of all wrong. You are not supposed to pursue money. You are not supposed to look for money. That's where people go wrong. You are not supposed to look for money. You create services, you solve people's problems. And the reward of creating solutions to people's problems is money. You don't look for money. We have given this training here. Anybody who is pursuing money, all these kind of sayings are sayings that because people are using a wrong approach to the subject. Last but not the least, money is also the root of all evil because you use a wrong approach. What about fire? Fire is a good servant, but a very bad master. If you take the course.
Hello.
Yes, leader.
Yes. Coming to what he said, money is the root of all evil. I believe we are the product of this evil. What we do with the money is where the evil comes from. If you take money to empower the society, is that an evil deed? But if you take money to use it as a means of power to be able to, influence the society in a negative way, to destroy the society, to promote war, to, finance robbery, to finance evil deeds and, all this stuff, that is where the evil comes from. It is from you, the person. People use money in an evil way. That is where the evil comes from. But if you decide to use it for good deeds, to empower your family, to empower yourself, empower your life, build up something great and create societal impact, I believe that is where, obviously money cannot be considered as the root of all evil. We are the product of this evil. Thank you, leader.
Yeah, thank you. That is a very, very powerful contribution. And the first error here is you don't pursue money. Money, to gain money, you solve the problems, you seek solutions for the problems the society is facing. And the reward is money, not you running after money. Anybody that runs after money can never have money. I'm seeing a lot of people, I don't know whether it's network, the way the network is throwing people out of the room is terrible. Network is throwing people out of the room in a very terrible way. I don't know why. Okay, now, Bitcoin was created in 2009. That's the first ever blockchain that existed. And what actually prompted the creation of Bitcoin in 2009? In 2008, the world witnessed an economic crisis, a global world economic crisis. When research was done of what was the cause of this economic crisis, the researchers discovered that a particular groups of individuals that had a very big influence to the circulation of money just decided to block much money from circulation. And they now discover that if we don't start doing a lot to make people lose control over money, then there will come a time that such people can even decide to starve the whole world, and most people will be rendered helpless. So they saw that the best thing was to create a form of money where nobody has a right to block or to control its movement. And they started in 2008 working relentlessly. And in 2009, the first blockchain was launched, which is that of Bitcoin. And the intention of this blockchain was to facilitate the movement and the storage of money. So Bitcoin's main purpose of creation was to facilitate the movement and the storage of money. And between 2009 till today, Bitcoin has made a very, very big thrive and has built millionaires and billionaires. Satoshi is one of the biggest example who is already constructing a new world in the planets, money gotten from the development of Bitcoin technology. Ethereum, created 2015, was provoked of the volatility, which was one of the biggest cancer of the cryptocurrency, such as Bitcoin. Ethereum saw a need to come up with a standard coin where people, after getting their value from other cryptocurrency, that can be able to exchange and store in form of Ethereum. Ethereum now in 2015 was introduced as a standard coin where every person that is holding assets in form of cryptocurrency can be able to exchange for Ethereum so that it can remain in the form and it is not suffering from any depreciation. In 2015, Litecoin also came into existence. The Litecoin blockchain was an innovated blockchain that gives possibility for expansion without necessarily going to destroy the already existed blocks. And also enable for fast payments and fast processing so that there should be more room for transactions, for more transactions. Like I said, every coin that exists was created for a reason. So Litecoin is the coin that set up to let the world understand that they can build a more secured, a more innovative blockchain. And they can make payments more faster, and they can make processing of transactions more faster. Ripple coin, created in 2012, has as a responsibility the possibility to track all forms of transactions, because scammers and hackers had already become another problem. Scammers and hackers had already become another problem. Now we have PLCU Ultima, which is the first technical coin, the first technology that instead of mining, they are using minting, using our cell phone as a tool, as a major tool for you to be able to create your own money, having the possibility of smart contracts. The network today is like really terrible because it has thrown out a lot of people from the call. So when we look at all this, PLCU Ultimate technology has come to usher people into a cashless economy and to having a possibility of attaining financial freedom. So did you really intend in this life to attain financial freedom? Therefore, PLCU Ultima is for you. Have you seen the level of insecurity, the lack of privacy, counterfeiting, inflation, which are all the ills that goes with fiat? Are you ready to be free from all these ills? Therefore, PLCU Ultima is there for you. So I think that with all that we have already gotten, with the poor network, most people are not even able to comprehend anything today. If you can call it quit here, we have taken 1 hour and we have discussed a lot of things. And because the network is not even the best, we might still have to make a call tomorrow or after tomorrow and take all over again, because this topic is very, very essential for us to understand before we can continue to go deeper to this particular business. So please, if anybody has a question, unmute your mic and you ask your question.
Hello, leader.
Yes, leader.
Yes, please, just to specify once more to everyone in the call that the YouTube link will be available after this, for rewatch for those who want to follow up the system. And it's very important that everyone share this our social media platform everywhere so that anybody can follow up. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, thank you, leader. So that even if you are not getting it very well here, you try to watch the YouTube channel and get. Okay, so a brief details on the difference between minting and mining. Okay. Mining is the old technology of creating new coins. And with mining, every machinery is built, especially in desert areas, because the mining uses a lot of electricity. It uses and it damages the environment terribly. So it has a very, very big disadvantages into the lives of the communities because it pollutes the air and causes a lot of pollution. Now, only the cost of mining alone already makes it very, very challenging. But with minting is a new technology that has just been ushered into life from the technological blockchain systems where everything is done using your Android phone. And with a proof of stake, there is no need going into out of towns to desert areas in order to mine before coming to distribute. So it's a very, very big advancement in the level of the technology of cryptocurrency. So if you can see companies like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, Coin, being who they are today, that everything they did through mining and still succeed, then what about us? Now, I'm seeing Yangtze Olivia. Your hand is up. Can you unmute your mic? Your hand is up. Please, leaders, if you have something, just go ahead and let's get your contribution. Please, when we have a presentation like today, we have seen the damage that the fiat money is causing to our lives, and that we are not responsible for what is happening. There is nothing we can do about what is happening, because that is the structure of this money, and there is no way you can change it. Thank you, everyone, for being part of this call today evening. Please let us try to, though network is really becoming a very big challenge to us, but let us try to do something to normalize our network systems so that we can better have the product. We have 4 more days to go to the first part of this Zoom course that will be ending on the 5th of March, and we will have barely 58 days to get to the end of the system of minting in the crypto space of PLCU Ultima. And we will need to understand in greater detail what the Tron blockchain and the smart blockchain that PSU Ultima will be launching into the market by 1st of May will be. Please, we need to get prepared. This system that will be ushered into the financial market will be one of the biggest systems that has ever existed in the time of man. So let us mobilize ourselves. Tomorrow, our presentation will be focused on the new dashboard system and the mother coin that will be coming from the 1st of May. Keep the rendezvous constant. Thank you very much for being part of the call. I'm going to end the call now and see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Leader, excuse me.
Yeah.
The mother coin coming up, is it the 1st of May or the 1st of June?
As from the 1st of May, everything about minting farms will stop. You can never upgrade or buy an additional minting farm. If the company has said it is 1st of May that everything will stop, I don't think there will be every reason for them to wait for another 1 month before they are launching the mother coin. Because first of all, everything about the system is already set. They have just given us an opportunity to prepare ourselves to usher us into the mother system, because that is one of the powerful happenings that history will ever record. And what I can be advising all of us, if you really need to prepare for that history, do everything possible to have your card, the multi-purpose debit card. Do everything possible to furnish the mother coin for the next 1 year. What other technology will be available to fuel the networking side of the company? Okay. We don't need to release all the cards out of the bag now. The company is training us leaders on the new form of technology that will be coming up to replace network marketing. That will be something else, but they have not yet given us the right to start sharing it. So don't bother. Something will be coming up that will be so sweet. In fact, sweeter than honey. If you know anything that is sweeter than honey, just get set. Something is coming up That would be so sweet. So we are in the right place. But if you want to attain financial freedom, please make sure that you increase your farm sizes. You have barely 2 months and you will never have the opportunity again. So I think we can end here and let's prepare. Okay, we're waiting with all excitement. Yeah, it's going to be, we are moving. It's just, if you are illy prepared, you will face challenges ahead. But if you are well prepared, I bet you something big is coming. So any other worry, if there's no more worry, I beg for your indulgence. We'll end the call here and we'll see tomorrow, knowing that tomorrow we are going to dwell very, very powerfully on the dashboard system and the mother coin. Don't miss that edition, because that is what is upcoming and it is too big. Bye-bye.